Welcome back, 5 Aces.
Battle control initialized.
Hey people, 5 Aces here. You wanna know the definition of insanity? No, it's not that crap that has been attributed to Albert Einstein, falsely so presumably, about repeating the same thing over and over again, expecting different results. It is the series. Just straight up, this series is the literal definition of insanity. We've seen 3 games thus far, 3 completely different playstyles from both players, and 3 times everything backfired all at once and culminated into one of the most amazing series thus far. I really had a blast casting this, and we're going to be continuing doing so, and hopefully having a blast as well. Speaking of blast, any blast radius grenadiers? Yeah? No? Okay. So, this is Mr. RockHardFistNips, who has definitely made an impact on this game. Whew, by the way, this is a custom tile set. You know how, do you recognize the color palette is a bit off, and as a result the gems are just shining a little too bright. They're a little too overexposed of the background. But yeah. Oh! Wow. Almost getting the engineer over the ridge with the oil drums. That's the firing squad, aiming down the sights at the oil derrick. Yeah, really good call from Youngblood. He's been really creative. I just gotta hand it to the man. Yo, by the way, if I were in the shoes of one of those civilians, I would definitely hightail it out of there. Like those guys just shooting random buildings in my village, I would be booking it. Reminds me that in the German version of Red Alert, the original that is, in 1995, everything was turned into cyborgs. Even, you know, the death animations of the infantry, they got changed for the German release. So there was no squishing sound, there also were no skeletons and no blood. There was this brown dark smudge instead, so yeah, that actually really got changed, and that would make it more believable because everyone was a cyborg. And Tanya was specifically highlighted as one of the toughest cyborg killer commandos. So yeah, that was something. German censoring laws never cease to amaze me. And obviously, oh, the Grenadiers! From downtown into the backlines. Oh, that's so nasty. Because Youngblood has gone for a war factory, and he's now going to be in low power. I think what he needs to do now is sell his barracks. Because now he would be in low power. Or is he? Yep. 10 power under. That's annoying. I would sell the barracks, honestly, because there is a very slim chance of this actually being a round 1 of 2. Yeah, good call. Build a power plant, and now you're Gucci. Still sets you back a little bit. Yeah, just a little bit more, lore about the German censoring laws. They have applied to so many games. So many games have actually been cancelled or not straight up not released in the German-speaking sphere. And you know, Austria, unlike Germany, does not have strict censoring laws. We just always get basically the table scraps because, yeah, big companies are only ever doing one German localization, obviously. So we get the German version, which is in most cases just censored. But then sometimes games are releasing that are not released in Germany at all. So yeah, I guess our retailers get a little sales boost whenever that happens. Because basically every German comes over to Austria to purchase it, or purchases from Austrian online shops or whatever. Yeah, good old times with the cyborg commandos, and even the civilians were cyborgs, like cyborg farmers. That is so retro-futuristic that it almost hurts my eyes. Oh, good times. APC a little out of position here, a little out of its depth. Is he gonna exfiltrate the NG? Is he actually doing? Oh shit, that actually works, huh? Ha! This NG getting away with his life. Where's he going? Oh, just to the south randomly. Yeah, this is the map with the free expansion, which you can kill relatively easily. It is called Elevation. Oh, Widow has been specking. Haven't seen Widow in a while. But then again, I haven't played OpenRA in basically over 2 years, if you don't count the RAGL matches, which I basically was playing out of habit, maybe? I love playing, it's just I don't have the time anymore. And especially now with the move, with the third conscript on the way. You know, the the cloning vats have been activated. Yuri's army is growing stronger, yeah. With the third child on the way, there has just not been time for video games. Every once in a while, every once a week, I get some leeway to cast maybe 1 or 2 matches, and that's basically it. Which is why I was looking forward to it. Okay, APC plus heavy tank, and this series is definitely delivered. I think the army should be relatively even, yeah. Yara overtaken slightly. He's always the person with the larger tank count, with higher tank count here. I feel like maybe he's always going for a pressure tank before the MCV, but I haven't checked this game. Too much focus on German censoring laws. 5 barracks would be 6 if the early game hadn't happened. Good gamer sense, his spidey senses are tingling, so Youngblood is moving back. And he should be seeing the tanks now. Yep. He knows that this is coming. Flamers have been mixed in here as well. Huh. Curious. I like the approach of just having 1 or 2 flamers randomly in the mix, because that just increases your threat level against buildings by so much. APC is trying to get some kills. Trying to nab some. Oh, APC is still alive. That thing's been going hard. Has escaped twice now. Should definitely go back for repairs. 2 tanks being split off, but Youngblood not dropping the ball here. He will still be losing a harvester. That's just basic. Oh, no. Good harvest, good movement. I was about to say it's just an inevitability, but he definitely played his cards right here. Again, larger army for Yara, but his position not as good. This should still be a win for Yara at the end of the day. Yeah, the surround has been closed. We're going to be zooming in on all the death and destruction. All the front lines have been traded off. Wait a second! Too many rockets on the dance floor. This engagement somehow miraculously has actually gone Youngblood's way. Okay. Color me surprised. Tank v tank battles. Good hustle. Good old Q move. Consolidating his forces here is Youngblood. And the APC, oh, back at it for round 3. This thing doesn't have veterancy yet. It's a miracle, but then again, it is because it got crushes, and crush kills do not give you veterancy. Unfortunate as that may be. More flamers being added. Ooh, oh, not so lucky in round number 3. Rip Brave APC. Good tank movement though. I really feel like Youngblood has forgotten about this a little. Oh, the harvester is still alive. Brilliant. But so are the heavies. So, rip. They're going to be allowed to freely merge back with the army. Man, really tense games thus far. And relatively even. Assets 43 over 40. Yeah, that is definitely a tenable position for both players. Youngblood still has a little bit of a bank. Back into the increasing the zoom levels. Back into the fray we go. Flame towers are doing a good job, but the weapons factory is gonna be killed in a second. Tank almost getting obliterated before it can even exit the doors. Oh man, that's gonna be a lot of dead harvesters as well. It's gonna be traded off for an army though. Man, the flamethrowers are focusing onto the heavy tanks. So many flames. Oh, the barbecue. Damn, son. That is impressive. Look at that AoE. Oh my goodness. Scorched Earth. My lord. My lord. Someone has seen too many documentaries about the Soviet Union. That one was just Scorched Earth executed to perfection. Still a pack of tanks roaming around. Oh, that's an engineer as well. Oh, Youngblood is oblivious. He doesn't know. He doesn't know. Alright, so Youngblood is running out of cash, but not as fast as Yara is. So let's see. Okay, ore refinery somehow got retained. Comm center is gonna give away the position of the tank. So I really gotta say, nice sneaky movements. But 4 harvesters remaining only here. Armies have been depleted for both players. And finally the tanks have been have been in it for the last push. Still a lot of heavies here. This is still not safe. The flamers are making all the difference. Good tank movements. Such good tank movements from Yara. Always kiting the enemy tanks back. And this is the entire heart of the eco lines. Ore refinery is dying in a matter of seconds. I think if he focuses the Conyard, he can get the Conyard almost immediately. He can burst it down. I've got to say, good focus fire from Youngblood, but at the end of the day, he's losing too much. Yara still has so many tanks left unchecked. Oh, look at the gems. I think that's going to be the difference maker, yeah. Yara has harvested the gems for the entire duration of the game. And that's basically the difference. That's 4 or 5 more tanks roaming around here. Oh, Conyard is going down. Immediate sell-off. Good hustle. He still has 1 Conyard left. That's gonna be that harvester. Oh, didn't even deliver his payload fully. Counter push. And he's killing the service depot. Okay, that's a really good call. If you kill the service depot, that's no more tanks for Yara, at least for a little while. That was a really good snipe. And if you kill the war factory to boot... Wait! It's a triple war factory already. Jeez Louise. Okay, really good pinpoint accuracy attack though. And you can't stop those tanks anymore. That is 5 heavies roaming around. Going around and killing shit, yeah. I doubt you're gonna have the firepower necessary to stop this. So, surprisingly, the heavy tank plus flamer combo has been absolutely doing a number. It's been working overtime. Heroic General Rifleman leading the charge here. This game did not disappoint. Oh boy. So, Youngblood is starting to look a little... in a little bit of in the deep end, off the deep end here. He definitely doesn't have the forces to defend against those tanks. Has killed another ore truck though, so that's good. And that's gonna be a dead forward command. Man, this series is back and forth. Yep, Yara is relegated to APCs for the time being. But he's got a massive army advantage. Oof. Oh, the crushes! That's been a sick one. Yeah, look at those corpses. In the German version, that was just round smudges. What's supposed to be oil? That's only rifles. And the flamers are doing absolute numbers on the rifles here. Yep, this is starting to look like it's Yara's game. Would put him in a good position in this series. Plus, he's got all the expansions left. Yep. It's looking so good for him. Yara is trying to regain his foothold. Building a couple of refineries here and there. But how many does he have? 1. He has 1 refinery. Good luck, my friend. You'll need it. He's see, a little bit in an underdog position here. At least for this game. General Rifle still going at it. Still going strong. That's just a couple power plants. I mean, not the worst thing. If you kick your opponent into low power, you at least slow down his... You at least slow down his production to the point where you can outproduce him despite a weaker economy. That's not what's happening here. Good hit and run. Oh no, heavy tank has been forgotten about. Has been abandoned. And here's the double prong. Yep, that is the final nail on the coffin. I think he's gonna have to start calling it. I just calls him as I sees him. That's, by the way, the last ore truck. Yeah, GG. Really well played. Oh, game number 4. Just as insane as the other 3 before it. And again, a different build. Holy smokes, this is enjoyable. Alright, we're gonna be diving into game 5. By the way, just check out the Soviet insignia. The Soviet emblem on the forward command, because it was, in the original game, it used to be a campaign-only asset. So yeah, looks really cool. Love the model. Looks like, I think it's modeled after an actual building in Moscow. Or maybe it's a style of building, and I've just seen this one particular instance of these styles of these building templates. Not entirely sure, but it certainly does look like it. Okay, we're gonna be back in the next game, see you in a hot second.
Battle control terminated. Battle control initialized.
The next map, we've got Autumn Leaves on the menu. This is Anar, a map that we have been watching in real time, develop some games in RHL Season 13. It's been a staple, and I really like the color palette. I think I've commented on this a couple times now. The actual layout is very reminiscent of the one... the middle is a bit sidestep-ish, except it's a bit wider. Man, Sidestep is a good map that I really miss from the map pool. That also had space for so many shenanigans with this little crevice in the middle. Alright, Yara again as Ukraine. And Youngblood again as Ukraine. I think this may be deliberate. Or it's just the biased algorithm of OpenRA. RNG bias is real, at least in this game. I still haven't gotten an answer as to whether that's a feature or just a kind of an oversight, I guess, or a bug maybe. Not entirely 100% convinced. What are we going to be seeing this time around? It's going to be double ref for both players, only rifles for now. Nothing too crazy just yet. This map is gorgeous. Let's disable the shroud so we can admire it. Look at those autumn hills. Look at those little ponds, just small enough that no naval yard can fit. Which is just a criminal. Really? Oh, going hard. My lord, but with the line of sight disadvantage. Yara got absolutely smoked this time around. Oh boy. This was not a good early game for him. This was him overforcing it and banking on his opponent having like a war factory built. Ooh, that was costly. That just puts you behind by so far. 1k already. Oh. Oh no. This doesn't bode well for this game. Alright, let's go back into all player vision. Double refinery into war factory. Youngblood is really behind in the build timing here. Oh, he built 2 power plants. Alright. I don't know where those 10 seconds are coming from. Maybe just macro mistakes. Youngblood with a flame tower, just preemptive, but there's nothing really heading his way. I mean, a lot of rifles, that's it. Do we have any prominent spectators again? Oh, it's again. Yeah, it's Widow once more. Point 1 has passed over the torch, I guess. Alrighty, we're seeing a couple of rockets now added. An APC for Yara. Is it gonna be a mass APC build? It doesn't look like it because there's only 1 barracks like this. Oh no. We're doing this again. Okay. With an APC this time around. This build just sounds ludicrous. Because you spend so much time into just building a war factory in 1 APC. And now we've got garbage economy. Youngblood is really out of position though. What is he trying to do here? Let's see. This has been revealed. So Youngblood has got a buffer of barracks as well. Free reign for the APC though. Free roaming. I don't know about this one. Yep, that's a dead APC. I feel like this can't work, right? This can't be working. There should be flame towers popping up now. Any second. There is also a service depot. I feel like this is just... yeah, this is just a futile exercise in persistence and stubbornness. Oh, wow! The entire army from Yara just got completely blown up. Yeah, that was a really failed all-in. Wait, is he broke? He was broke as well. Yeah, sometimes that just happens. He just completely miscalculated. So what happened there, he was trying to go for a really weird all-in, because he had only 2 harvesters, but he had built a war factory, so he went broke while he was building infantry off of 1 barracks, so that's not how you do it. Plus, he lost so much in the early game. Happens, patience is stupidly rewarded. Yeah, that was a good read from Youngblood, not moving out of his main base. Alright, that puts us at, I think, match point next game. Okay, so let's see where that leads us. We're gonna be right back.
Battle control terminated. Battle control initialized.
Alright, so I did crunch the numbers. It is 3-2 up for Youngblood. So if Youngblood wins this game, it is the series is done. But Yara has a chance of bouncing back here. Let's see where that leads us. This map, oh, look at it in all its glory. Also one of my favorite maps, Winding Woods. No Forgotten Plains. God damn it, my OpenRA knowledge is so rusty. If I ever get to play games nowadays, it is usually not the competitive online multiplayer type. And that is already really a stretch. Sometimes I get half an hour to an hour, but with 2 kiddos who currently aren't sleeping all that much during nighttime, and during daytime it's you know, job plus studies anyway, so it's a really busy time. The busiest period of my life probably thus far. Always makes you wonder, you know, when you're in school, like as an adult I'm gonna have so much spare time, I'm gonna use it so well. Nope! That's not how it works, not even a little bit. As an adult, yeah, sometimes you gotta be really pressed for time. It's a good life, not that I'm complaining, but video games are taking a backseat at the moment, and it's really something I'm looking forward to having more time to invest into video games yet again, because it is a fun hobby. Especially competitive RTS is something that just requires, it demands so much time and attention. Really, Yara is going for a really aggressive posture onto the oil derrick yet again. But this time, yeah, again, Youngblood is in a really good defensive formation. What he said last game really does apply to OpenRA. With the line of sight disadvantage of infantry, it is sometimes better to just not move your army in anticipation, which is kind of going counter to general RTS design doctrine, but that's the way it works. Also with the sub-cell mechanic, plus the stutter stepping, all these factors play together into making OpenRA, making waiting sometimes the better choice in OpenRA than mindless aggression. You've got to go for really controlled aggression. Be where your opponent isn't. You don't want to hit his army head on. You want to hit their economy, you want to hit the backlines, you want to hit crucial infrastructure. And that is part of the beauty. It's not always those big army engagements, because if you've seen StarCraft matches, you know what I'm talking about. There's this Protoss 200 supply Death Ball versus Protoss 200 supply Death Ball, and everything goes up in laser... What are those? The tripod things. I do not play StarCraft 2, in case it's just not apparent enough. Not Annihilators. No. Annihilator tripods, that's from Kane's Wrath. That is Screen Tech. Colossus, there we go. molasses lasers, just blowing up Protoss 200 supply death balls. It's basically what PvP is, at least. Alright, we're having a very similar service depot timings, just 4 or 5 seconds between the two. Yara is not really building anything else other than infantry, so no vehicle production for the time being. That's kind of curious. So he just waited until he could build his pressure tank. Alright. There's a bit of idle time, plus a little bit in the bank for Yara, but not too big of a deal. He is relatively forward on the map. This is something that's always risky. There is no spotter here, there is no Derek here to enhance your line of sight, so this can get run over very quickly, can get caught off guard. Especially against allies with a ranger plus a couple of rifles, this is dead. Backlight engineer. It's really good to go for the Derricks, by the way, because even if your opponent is aware, and if they're not oblivious, they can't really react in time. You can't sell an oil derrick, you can't sell a building nearby, you can't place a flame tower because it doesn't give you build radius. Those are prime targets, not only because they give you passive income, but yeah, not only because they have a return of investments, but also because your opponent can't really defend easily, unless they've got a ranger. But there is no ranger danger in this game, because we're on a Soviet versus Soviet match yet again. This time around, Youngblood Ukraine and Yara Russia. Are we gonna see Tesla Tech anytime soon? We're about to find out in, I guess, 10 minutes or something. Second war factory already added for Youngblood. Okay, RockHardFistNips. Living up to his moniker. And there is the second MCV out for Yara. Again, he's leaving his original main base completely undefended. This is so risky. You know what the best thing would be against this type of build? Flamer drop. Flamer APC. Just shift Q all the ore refineries, then shift Q all the barracks, and that's basically a wipe in just 30 seconds or less. Good hustle, he's not showing his hand. He's sending one single rifle. One singular dude. But a massive wave of steel is about to clash into this base here. Okay. Ooh. Tanks again not connecting. Still a frontline tank for Youngblood. I feel Youngblood can defend this. He can muster enough defense with the reinforcements despite this great surround from Yara. There is just too many reinforcements arriving here. Oh, why is Youngblood not building anything? He should be spamming flame towers. If he loses this engagement, it's on him for not building any flame towers. I don't know what the idea here is. Just trying to save them for a rainy day or something. They don't work on a rainy day anyway. At least if they're anything like the Austrian Eurofighters. Then they're not gonna be working as soon as there's a light drizzle. Okay, there was a good hold, a bit costly, but he managed to stem the tide. And regrouping of both players. Yara is still in the possession of the larger army, I'd say. Yeah, just a little. Maybe by one tank. Yeah, I mean, this time around it was Youngblood with the double war factory. That is a big factor here. He's revealing his army. Ooh, he's too close to the Derrick. So that's supposed to be an ambush. Oh, we've got more specs this time around. Widow and Phoenician. Never heard of you, my friend, but you appear to be very much active in the development and modding scene, which is awesome. Engineer capturing under pressure. Some of his best captures have been under pressure, I guess. Just shaving off a tank for now, and that is the Derrick going back over to Youngblood. He also managed to get back this Derrick, so good awareness. But Youngblood with the larger army for the time being. Yara with the larger army, sorry. Just by a little. The third war factory for Yara. No, wait, that's only a second. No, it is the third. Yeah, it definitely is the third. Uh-oh. army getting caught out of position yet again, just a little bit. And again, we've got a beautiful concave for Yara. But again, defender's advantage for Youngblood. This time though, is this gonna be enough? No, I don't think this is gonna be enough anymore. He needs to basically pull the goalies already. Oh, he's losing so much. This does not bode well. This is an ore truck down. A second ore truck. Can he do something about this? Okay, Yara sounding the retreat. Gets another ore truck on the way out though. That's so big. And salvages what little is left of his army. That was really good for Yara. Youngblood on his third war factory now as well. So this game hasn't gone to radar tech in any of those games, and yet I'm still thoroughly entertained because, yeah. Let's just face it, it was balls to the wall action. There was just not a minute of downtime. Look at the, yeah, combat tab is fairly even. Assets are completely even. Oh, the MCV is dead. This base push was never meant to happen. Yikes. Youngblood overplaying his hand after this valiant defense. Felt pressured into doing something, I guess. So I feel like this puts... This does now put Yara firmly in the driver's seat. Yeah. Youngblood, or RockHardFistNips, has lost an MCV. He lost 2 harvesters. His economy is still okay. Still at 6 harvesters, that's fine. His only MCV is undeployed for the time being. I was about to say unemployed. Alright. Tank just going for a little scouting run. The MCV is coming forward. Yeah, this is the last MCV for Youngblood, so he's not producing from the build queue for the time being, but neither is Yara. Which is curious because he certainly has the funds. No support powers for anybody, no radar tech. This just isn't the type of series. Alright, we've got the tank split off again. We can maybe kill an oil derrick. That would be smart. Would be really hard to defend against. How many harvesters are left here? 5, 6. I mean, I could have checked the econ tab, but that would be work, you know? That would entail just clicking 2 times. And do you know how many clicks I've made with my weary fingers today? Apropos, you know, Corona has put a damper into my ambitions to go skiing, but yesterday has marked the first time in 3.5 years that I went skiing, and it was awesome. Man, that's something I've missed so much. I know there's probably not going to be many winter sport buffs here, because it is a very niche sport. It is something that's popular mostly only in Austria. The Alpine countries anyway, and Austria in particular, because it's kind of the national sport. The only one that we ever shot at winning gold medals. And by we, I mean that very loosely, because, you know, I'm not really feeling any connection via my birthplace to other people. But anyway, skiing is a great sport, and yesterday was the first time I'd been skiing in over 3.5 years. That felt so good. Speeding down the slopes yet again. But jeez, that's a luxury one can only afford occasionally. Yikes. The prices have gone up so much as well here. Oh, harvesters being pulled. Oh, that's a massacre. Yikes. This time the surround is probably going to be working against Yara, because that's a really compact formation. You know, it's like circling the wagons, if you know that type of formation. Because this time around we had the tanks from Youngblood on all angles, protecting the infantry from all angles. And the flamers didn't really hit what they were supposed to hit. That was a good defense, and that does favor Youngblood, because Yara has traded away his entire front lines. Plus he's lost 3 harvesters, so he's really going to be on a budget from here on out. Yeah, still 6, 7 harvesters. 7. Yeah. We've got the overlay. We've got the overlay. Just putting it out there. combat is even. No infrastructure has been lost, really. Yara is going for yet another... Oh god, yet another war factory. One harvester down, but the MCV escapes, that's crucial. And here is the counter push. That should be a dead harvester, yes sir. And with the army trickling in, that's a lot more assets than Yara is going to be losing before his entire army can consolidate. The assault move not yet coming through. First he needs to take care of the army, that's it. And now we're going to assault move everything! On the other side, we've got an assault move as well, but it is without any infantry, without any protective front lines. So this is going to get thinned out in just a little bit. Yeah, especially if it doesn't focus on the infantry. That's just one war factory. Whatever. That's not the biggest deal. Here we're seeing a split of the army. Oh god. This is super tense. MCV down. Really good surgical attack. And the other split off part of the army is gonna go for the econ lines. Harvesters have been retained on this side. Well played from Youngblood, who's now firmly in the driver's seat. Yara is going for another MCV. He doesn't have an MCV here, of course. This is terrible news for him. He's lost yet another harvester, and he's about to lose his war factory, and he's about to, more importantly, lose his main base. Yep. Oh, the MCV coming out at a very unfortunate time. Wait, he's gonna let it deploy? Good lord. Good lord, this could cost Youngblood the game, because now there is reinforcements and there's gonna be flame towers galore. Where is this game going? I have no idea what's happening anymore. So this is a very exposed expansion. This could get sniped off very easily. Southern perimeter is very firmly in the hands of Youngblood, but RockHardFistNips that is, but he is scrambling to build anything. He's broke. As is Yara to a certain degree, but he's about to be a bit more broke than before with one extra harvester going down. And the oil lyric. Man, what a crazy multi-prod. At least the army in the main base has been repelled. By repelled, I mean molten into the ground. Really, really large army advantage here for Youngblood. Youngblood, my friend, you need to learn how to finish out games. Oh, he's going on the defense with his harvesters. He's going to lose one. Not the most scary army. Not the scariest of armies here. That's another extra war factory down. How many are we on now? Oh, surgical attack from all angles. That is the secondary expansion down as well. Really good split after he won the engagement. So RockHardFistNips playing the multi-prong to perfection. The MCV just dropping a distracting beacon in the form of a flame tower. Just take this as an offering and let me go. Flamers? Oh, they've been really good in terms of engagements, but they haven't brought the desired game changers. They haven't really sniped any buildings, so moderately successful, but not overly so. Those two tanks are gonna get cleaned up. RockHardFistNips still has an expansion, and Yara's on one base. He basically, all he can do with $1 to his name is probably go all in. And I think even that window is closed because there's such a large army. RockHardFistNips can always just respond. Man, that was a series. Unless he gets completely out of position and wildly overestimates his own army and then just loses from there. That would be absolutely hilarious. I would be down for that. Because then we'd get another game in this series, and that is something I would very much enjoy. But I fear there's too many flamers here. GG, well played. Congratulations. That was indeed well played. What a series. Holy smokes. This is split up into two parts because this has been going on for the better part of 2 hours now. With me casting, my voice is, my throat is starting to strain a little bit, but hey, it's not like I have to teach tomorrow, Right? Man, what a series. So congratulations to both players. Yeah, RockHardFistNips making an impact here with a 4/2 now, I believe. And Yara definitely also just showcasing the entire low-tier tech tree, but really, really creative with his builds, despite never going past tier 1.5. This has been an insane series, and I've been enjoying casting this very much. Hope you have enjoyed watching it as well. We're going to be back, hopefully, with the remastered version of Tiberian Dawn. And by that, I mean the OpenRA version with the remasters in it. Alright, so that's it for now, and I'll see you next time. Shout Paradise is on the way. A friendly reminder, it's an ongoing in-joke, but on a serious note, please send replays. Settings scan and you know what to do. Thanks for watching, I'll see you next time. 5 aces out.
Battle control terminated.